Welcome to Belgrade, Serbia, one of the oldest cities in Europe. This city is a charming mix of old and new, with stunning palaces, incredible churches, and a lively nightlife scene that we just couldn't get enough of. So in this episode, we'll share with you all of the beautiful sights that you must see when you come to Belgrade, but be sure to stay to the end to see our Belgrade accommodations and just how affordable a week in Belgrade can be. All in this episode of Lucas World Travel.
Welcome to Belgrade. Now, after an 8-hour bus ride coming from Sarajevo, we've arrived in Belgrade, Serbia, the fourth country on our Balkan World Tour. After exploring Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina, Belgrade is our next city of exploration, and this place is massive. So right now we're in Republic Square, which is kind of the city center of Belgrade. So behind me there's a statue of the former Prince Michael, who was the ruler of the Kingdom of Serbia for many decades actually. We also have the National Museum and the National Theater. All around the square though, you can see many different styles of architecture because this city was bombed over 44 times. So they kept rebuilding in the current style of the day at the time. It's a fascinating place and we're just getting started, so come along. So, the first thing we like to do when we arrive in any new city is to take a walking tour. This way we can learn some of the history behind the buildings, so things are more meaningful.
Also, locals that live here know where the best places are to eat and to go and to sightsee and take the best Instagram pictures. So you can ask them all those wonderful questions that no one else would know if they're a foreigner.
And the tours we like to take are tip-based, so quite affordable because you can give whatever you like.
This walking tour was a great introduction to the history and architecture of Serbia. Now, Serbia used to be a kingdom, and it was cool to see their old palace and new palace side by side in the center of the city.
For about 100 years, the kings and queens of Serbia used to live here and rule the government here. Then, one particular king decided he didn't want to live where the past dynasties and the past kings lived, so he built a new castle behind me there. Now, this is where they still have government. The governor works in the old palace and the president of the country works in the new palace. Definitely come out to this area to see the seat of government in Serbia.
Right across the street from these palaces is the National Assembly.
So now we're at the National Assembly, where all the political things take place here in Belgrade. So these two statues are very powerful. In one, you see a man trying to get a horse out of the stall. He's fighting with the horse to get him out. Another, you see him struggling to get the horse into the stall. It's supposed to be symbolic of it's really, really hard to get a good person into politics and into powerful positions. But once they taste the power of politics in that position, it's really, really difficult to get that person out.
So practically next door to the National Assembly is St. Mark's Orthodox Church. Now this church looks old, but it's actually pretty new, built in 1940, and really nice gold leaf paintings inside. It's definitely worth a stop when you come to Belgrade.
Our favorite church in this tour though was the Saint Sava Temple, which is another gorgeous Orthodox church gilded in gold.
So now we're at St. Sava Church, which is the second largest Christian Orthodox church in the world. This place may be the most beautiful church we've ever seen, so it is a must-see when you come to Belgrade. There are so many beautiful gold-tiled mosaic artwork in this church, and this church is practically brand new. They just opened it a year ago, so be sure to come see this one.
After your tour finishes at St. Sava Temple, we highly recommend picking up lunch at Pizza Bar.
So originally I wasn't going to vlog about this restaurant here, but we had such a great lunch, I had to include it in the travel guide. So if you come to the Church of St. Sava and are hungry afterward, definitely stop by this pizza bar. Pizzas are excellent. I had a zucchini cream soup that was divine. Can highly recommend it. Naturally, don't come out of your way to come here, but if you're hungry after, worth it. So it's our first day in Belgrade, and first order of business is to try rakija. It's their national drink, and it's like a strong brandy. It smells like apples. It smells quite nice. And it's quite strong. How do I explain it?
It's really strong. Tastes like a strong bourbon, scotch, vodka. It's more of a sipping drink to me. I don't think it's like a Jaeger bomb or anything like that we have in the States. If you want to sip on this one, it's really, really strong.
Another charming neighborhood to visit is Skradarija, which is known for its cute restaurants, art galleries, and murals. Now you come to Skradarija to enjoy some food and the bohemian vibes. Another Belgrade must-see is the Belgrade Fortress. Currently, this fortress is the most popular park and recreational area in the city. The park has a gorgeous garden, incredible gates, and is the best place in the city to enjoy the sunset.
So from up here on the fortress walls, you can get some great views of the Danube River and the fields that surround this place. It is a gorgeous view, and sunset's usually over there, so you can get some nice sunset views as well.
However, back in 300 BC, this fortress would have been the entire walled city of Belgrade. The city has definitely expanded in a tremendous way since then though, but a visit to this fortress is a great way to appreciate the more ancient side of this modern city. Another interesting monument is the statue of Stefan Nemanja, who was a medieval Serbian ruler who built a large number of churches and monasteries. His family was so influential to Serbia that his son Sava has the biggest church in the country, which we saw earlier, St. Sava Temple, dedicated in his honor. So Nemanja was quite an impressive man with an impressive family and an impressive monument.
So now we're walking down the Sava Promenade, which is a cute place right by the river where you can stop at lots of nice cafes. They have food trucks and just enjoy the river view. Now Belgrade is intersected by two rivers, the Sava River you see here and also the Danube River.
Another thing that we loved about Belgrade was the nightlife, because if the football team wins a match,
They're chanting and having a good time.
the vibe here is crazy. We also loved the salsa dancing here and got to dance at Barrio Latino and Wirtsplatz. It was some of the best dancing that we had in the Balkans. Great dancers and great vibes abound in Belgrade.
Welcome to our crib in Belgrade. We found this place on Airbnb and we have this nice spacious living room where I love when the sofa has, you know, a little place for you to lounge and put your feet up. Plenty of places to spread out and relax in here. Out on the balcony, we also have a fantastic view. I'll show you what it looks like in the morning as well, but you can see what it looks like at night. It is fantastic. So the view from my balcony is really quite nice. So now, take you along. We got our hallway here. So just enough space to cook some dinner here, clean up, refrigerator, and if you can believe it, the bathroom is tucked all the way back here. And most importantly, it has a washing machine. Always what we need when we're traveling long term. Oh, and David already has his luggage out. And this is the bedroom. So we have our double bed here. I hope we both fit.
We won't, but we'll make the best of it. Kendra usually pushes me out of the bed when it's smaller than a queen size bed, but that's okay.
The best part was that this spacious apartment was only $41 per night. So Belgrade really exceeded our expectations and surprised us with its ancient history, modern elegance, and lovely nightlife. But this is just the beginning of our adventure through Serbia, so be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for even more travel tips from the Balkans. Until then, you can check out our Sarajevo travel guide on the right here. It's just 5 hours away from Belgrade and will leave a big impact on you as well. As always, thanks so much for watching, thanks for sharing with all your travel buddies, and happy travel planning until next time.